So as I said, I'll explain a bit of what the Hidden Talents program is, what you can expect from it. My name's Oriol. I think I spoke to some of you guys already. I am part of the talent acquisition team here at AudaCity Capital, and we are located in London. So let's begin. So for you guys to know, some of you already probably know, but we are AudaCity Capital. We're a proprietary trading firm founded in 2012 and located here in London, in central London. And we operate the foreign exchange market. So, the market in which currencies are exchanged really. And it's we operate this market primarily, but we also as a company trade equities and commodities. However, please note that all our trainees and all the traders that we have are currently trading Forex, and they can also trade indices and commodities once they grow with us. But they'll never be able to trade equities, for example. This is a common misconception some people have when researching us. And what we've been doing really is we've been helping and funding traders, Forex traders for many years now, and help them grow really. So what's the Hidden Talents program, which is the program that you are all here for? The Hidden Talents program is really a program that we designed after understanding long ago that successful traders are not born, but made. We saw that a lot of traders, with enough perseverance and hard work and, knowledge on the markets were able to be really successful, no matter if they came from trading backgrounds or not. So that's why we created this program. We really wanted to help aspiring traders become more successful. So we created the Hidden Talents program, HTP for short, with one clear objective in mind, of course, creating a shortcut to profitability. We saw that, a lot of traders, really, a lot of people that wanted to learn how to trade had, wasted a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of effort in trying to learn how to trade with no success at all. So that's what, they were getting really frustrated and, they weren't getting anywhere really. So we saw this as an opportunity for us to help all the traders really. So this training is really a 1-month intensive training course with a one-on-one approach with our mentor to achieve profitability. And it is obviously followed at the end by funding to back each and every single trader in their trading journey with us. So we have 2 types of Hidden Talents program. By the way, guys, I'm going to be sharing this PowerPoint as well as some Q&As later at the very end and some common questions that people ask in a Word document. So you can also have this. So in terms of the Hidden Talents program, we recognized as well that a lot of people have responsibilities like their job, personal issues and so on, getting on the way of their education. So that's why we created the Hidden Talents program, the Fast Track, HTP-FT for short. And it is designed for those people who cannot really afford to take a 1-month course, but instead they can do less time. So the Fast Track is exactly the same program as the Hidden Talents program, but it's just halved. So it's 2 weeks of training and then half the funding at the price at the very end. So in the program, we'll cover 6 main things. First one is technical analysis. So it's a study of really the charts. So when you see the chart, everything that's related to the chart and the study of that's what technical analysis is. The study of past price to kind of try and predict what the future will be like. We'll also cover fundamental analysis, which is more of the fundamental news, for example, like interest rates, why currencies move and why not, what are certain countries doing, certain policies from central banks, for example. All of these are cataloged as fundamental news and is part of our fundamental analysis approach. So it's not something we use in our trading strategy. We use mainly technicals, but we obviously look at the fundamentals and try to understand, the big reasons why certain currencies are moving, and then we execute the technical analysis to try and execute in the market and trade the market really. We then will cover the intermarket strategies, which is basically correlating different markets within each other. For example, the gold market and the Australian dollar, milk market, Australian New Zealand dollar as well. So you'll be able to see and understand why certain markets make other markets move. When one thing happens in one market, you'll be able to think, oh, maybe this thing will also happen in the other market. Now that this happened, let me try and see if this also happens. Then we'll see a bit of trading psychology, which is, in my opinion, the most important part of trading. It's essential for you to understand that trading is a numbers game, really. It's part of a probability. It's never certain, so there's never certainty in trading. So a lot of people, in their jobs are used to having a certain expected outcome on their input, having a salary at the end of each month, and so on. In trading, you never really know what's going to happen. Whoever tells you that is completely lying. It is impossible to have 100% of the time a winner. That's impossible. Let me tell you that from the very beginning. So there's always going to be losers, and it's about knowing how to handle, how to properly manage these losers, really, for you as humans to continue trading without problems, really. We'll then follow up with money management, which basically, as I said before, trading is a probability game. So if we risk too much in one single trade, in one single outcome, we face the risk of blowing our account, which is called the margin call, and a lot of people have sadly experienced, where all of our money is gone. And if it's someone else's money, it's not that painful. But if it's our money, it's really, really painful. And we see all the money that we saved for a long time gone in a split second, and we didn't even know what happened, really. So if we trade with little amounts, with 1% only, 2% only, and even less per trade, risking that much, we most likely not gonna blow our account. Of course, anything can happen, but we'll probably reach 10%, 15% losses before we blow our account in one single go. And finally, we'll cover macroeconomics, which is basically the study of the world in general, the economics in general, what is happening to countries, why they're doing this. It is very closely related to the fundamental analysis that I explained before. So you'll be able to see one thing within the other. We'll teach both things at the same time. And of course, now what we do is we start with a $50 live account for all trainees to start practicing from day one. So before, what we used to do was having a demo account for all trainees to be able to really trade while they can practice, what we teach them. And now what we do is we just offer them a live account straight away, even if it's only $50. This way, once they lose, even if it's $1 or $2, we'll make sure that they'll make sure that they know how that pain feels, really, and they really feel the struggle of losing money in the markets. So in terms of our objectives and outcomes from this program, at the very end, we obviously expect all of our trainees to, first of all, be able to successfully implement all the mentor strategy. As I said before, we're based on technicals, so he's going to be teaching you exactly what he's been doing for over 16 years now. You'll be able to replicate that. You'll also be able to successfully correlate the macro market with what's going on the markets. You'll also be able to successfully analyze the markets in different time frames, what we call a top-down analysis. That's part of our technical approach. We'll explain that in the course, of course. You'll also, as trainees, be able to successfully correlate the Forex market with other markets, part of our intermarket strategy. And you'll also be able to successfully apply the appropriate risk management, part of our money management policies, as explained before, as well as having the appropriate psychology when approaching the market, of course. And finally, the most important outcome that we expect you guys to have by the very end is to be profitable. That is why we allocate funding at the very end. We really believe in what we say. So we want you to be profitable at the very end. We want you to be able to make money consistently out of the markets. How much doesn't really matter as long as it's consistent. That's what it's really important. So in terms of the role of the mentor, we have a mentor that is in charge of training the highest industry standard. So it is a one-on-one training approach that we have, and that allows him to have a hold you by the hand approach with you. So he'll kind of, one-on-one be able to explain to you what's going on, where you're lacking. If you don't understand something, you can ask him directly. You'll have basically a direct contact with him at all times. And he's mainly there to make sure that, all the theory that he's explaining you and he'll be teaching you is practiced every day, day by day on the $50 live account. And what we've seen a lot is that trading with a mentor with a career over 16 years of experience, like I said before, is making traders really profitable. Instead of, a trader trying to learn from the internet or from what their friends tell them and try to figure out how this works, we believe it's better to just have someone that has already made it and just tells you this is exactly what you need to do, instead of every trainee just kind of wasting time and not making it really for a long time. And obviously the outcome at the very end is to prepare you for your trading career with our funding backing you up as you grow with us, of course. So in terms of the teaching hours and days, guys, for this program, the training program is intensive. So we have to say that, of course. So you'll be training 4 to 6 hours per day, 5 days per week, Monday to Friday. So don't worry, as we said before, we understand that a lot of people, cannot make it all the time. So we are quite flexible in that, thanks to the fact that we have a one-on-one approach with the mentor. So if you tell us, hey, maybe I'll be able to only do 3 days a week instead of 5, that's no problem at all. We'll be able to just kind of be flexible around that a bit. Obviously, if you tell us I'll only able to do 1 hour a week, I think we think that's too little. So we won't accept you from the very beginning. We'll tell you, hey, it's better if you just come back when you have more time and so on. We wouldn't want you to disappoint, really. We wouldn't want you to, sell you dreams that are not really true. We want to make sure that we are exactly telling how things are from the very beginning. So obviously, as I said, we understand that you are all in different places. So we have a mentor schedule and the training hours with every single one of you. So when finishing the funded trader program, obviously at the end of it, we guarantee the allocation of capital for each and every single one of the trainees to start trading with us. Meaning that once you're done with the Hidden Talents program, we move you straight away into the funded trader program, our funding program. And the way it starts is with $15,000 in capital. And every time you achieve 10% target, we split 50% the profits made, and we double the account size up until $500,000. So again, every time you reach 10% target in this $15,000 account, we split 50% profits and double your account size. So the maximum lot size you can risk with this new account, and don't worry if you don't know what this means, we'll explain everything in the training, of course. It's basically the maximum quantity you can allow to risk in this trade, in this account, which is half a lot, and that doubles every time you reach 10% target as well. And maximum drawdown, meaning the maximum you can ever lose, is 10% at all times. And of course, it is half of that for the fast track. So 15,000, it's 7,500 for the fast track, but you still have to reach 10% target to get the split and the doubling of the account. So in terms of our pricing that you guys, a lot of you have asked, our full cost for all the program, of course, and the funding at the end for the Hidden Talents program is £2,500 plus VAT. And of course, if for the fast track is exactly the same, but halved, so £1,250 plus VAT. And this price includes everything. So there's no extra cost when trading with us either. So even if when you start trading with a $15,000 account, we're not going to ask you for no more money, nothing at all. That's the whole price, and that's it. We have a package that is everything included in the package, and that's completely it. We'll also be sending you a frequently asked questions Word document to every single one of you, so you can have it there. It's pretty much questions that a lot of people ask, so we've gathered them all up into one single document, so you can refer back to them whenever you need, really. And now it's time for any questions you might have. I see you guys have asked some questions while I was speaking. However, I wasn't able to see all that. So I'm going to go to that one. I'm going to go to the chat first and then try to answer any questions in the Q&A. So yeah, so Neil Sundaram asks if he can be part of the training from India. Yes, Neil, that's completely fine. There's no problem at all from that. We have traders all around the world trading. So we have this training in our London office and also online. The online version is very popular lately, especially with the coronavirus situation. So a lot of people are really taking advantage of that. So it's exactly the same on the online version. There's nothing you miss at all. Everything is recorded online. Every live session, the mentor gets on a live session like we're doing, you and I right now here. So you can ask live any questions you might have, and you can have a chat as well with him while he's trading, of course. So Maximilian asks, cost about £2,000 to enroll. Yes, exactly. Are there other options apart from trading upfront, like pay back the fee with the money we make trading? So unfortunately, Maximilian, that's not possible because we wouldn't know if obviously we want you to be a really good trader, but it's up to every person. So we would be taking too much risk to teach you basically everything, and then just hope kind of that you're doing really well. Obviously, we want you to do well, but it's up to you as well to do well. So if you don't have the right attitude, if you don't have the the right perseverance and so on, you're not going to be doing well. So we cannot take this risk, unfortunately. However, what we can do is we can split the cost, half at the beginning, half at the end. If you prefer to do so, that's completely fine. And also, in case that is too much for you, that's why we offer as well the fast track version, in which you will be able really to have exactly the same content in just less time and less money, really. And so Carlos asked, you said that training is a one-on-one, exactly. So all the theory is explained on a one-on-one, or is there a course and videos to watch, etc.? How do we get started? Lovely. So yes, Carlos, everything is online. So everything is explained on a daily basis. There's some videos, of course, that the mentor is going to recommend you, but it's not like an online course where you have, recorded videos and so on. It's not going to be like that at all. It's going to be like more like you and me are doing right now. I'm explaining something to you, you're answering back and so on. So it's going to be even more interactive because now I'm just, kind of explaining this to you guys and then replying to your answers, your questions, sorry. But the day of the training, of course, it's going to be like you being able to speak as well to the mentor instead of just chatting, and you'll be able to have a very interactive session. So this is the way it works, really. So the next step to get enrolled, Carlos, at the very end of this session, I will be sending contracts to all of you guys. Please reply to the email we send you if you wish to get sent a contract for the fast track instead of the Hidden Talents program. We'll send you the Hidden Talents program contract, but please, again, reply if you want us to send the contract for the fast track, and we'll do that for you. And you'll be able to see everything in that email, Carlos, how to proceed from there. So Ali is asking, how often do you start a training? If I cannot start right now, that's completely fine. So we have every half a month, usually, an intake, really, of new people. So you just let us know when can you start trading. So for example, if it's in 2 weeks time, we'll be able to arrange it for 2 weeks time. If it's in like a month's time, we'll be able to arrange it in a month's time. That's no worries at all. What we'll do first, of course, we'll make sure that if you need it, the mentor gives you a call to you, personalized call, to ask you about your schedule, really, and to make sure that you are able to fit in, really. So Neil asks again, I have started algorithmic trading. Will that be beneficial? Of course, it will be beneficial, Neil. We had actually, I think a month and a half ago, a trader. He was really young. He was 20 years old. And he was doing a lot of EAs with the MetaTrader 4 platform, which is the platform that we use. And it was really interesting, really, to see his approach. So the mentor, instead of just saying, oh no, this is not the way we work and so on, no. The mentor, what we did is he explained what our strategy is, and he asked him, what do you prefer doing? And he said, I want to use your strategy, but implementing it with an EA, with an algorithmic trading as well. So they both, with each other, kind of complemented each other. And they developed the EA using the mentor strategy, which was really interesting to see, seeing the best of both worlds kind of working together, really. So that's completely fine. It's obviously beneficial, of course. Let's see. So Christian asks, is it possible to trade in London at AudaCity office after the HTTP? Yes, Christian. So basically, after the HTTP, all the traders are remote traders. But of course, we have a desk fee. It's £380 every month for you to be able to trade from there. But otherwise, there's no cost in terms of if you want to trade from home or from anywhere in the world. That's already included in the price of the Hidden Talents program, like we said before. Of course, if you require like assistance at first, the very beginning, when starting and so on, we'll be able to speak about that without cost at the beginning. But of course, once you are trading like professionally, we'll expect you to cover that. Carlos asks again, I have seen YouTube videos that John Ozzie is exactly. John Ozzie is the mentor, Carlos. Will he be? Yes, he looks very dedicated. Thank you. Yes, he's actually John Ozzie. You can see our YouTube channel, guys. We'll be able to share that as well later with you. John is our mentor. He's been trading for a long time. Speaking to him is really, really interesting. He's been working for very big companies. He's had a long career, really, and he really knows what he's doing now. And he really has his mind dedicated to trading, and it's one of the best options we could, if not the best option, really, we could get for this training. Let's see in the Q&A if we have. Yes, Anidip, I answered this before. With fast track, at the minute haven't got the capital to do that. They would. Yes, of course. So an anonymous attendee asked that. Of course, there's no problem at all. So if you don't have the capital right now for joining the fast track, for example, that's no problem. There's no rush. So you don't need to join it right now. Of course, just let us know, who you are, or just get back in touch with us. You can send us an email. If you have any questions, of course, you can send an email to onboarding-4@audacitycapital.co.uk or onboarding-8@audacitycapital.co.uk. I'll be texting these on the chat right now, so you guys can have it really. So Andrea asked, can we trade any other asset classes like equities? So the major thing we trade, Andrea, is, as I said at the very beginning, Forex on major and minor pairs. And then that's what you will be trading with us. And once you reach an account of $120,000 with us, you'll also be able to trade indices and commodities with us. So gold, S&P, Dow Jones, and so on. But of course, the strategies that we teach you are not only for Forex or indices. Strategies can be used anywhere. So if the day of tomorrow you're like, actually I prefer equities, you can still use the strategy that the mentor teaches you with Forex and apply to equities successfully. There's no problem at all. So Alexander, yeah, you typed that in. Yes, how often we take new traders on? Yeah, it's every 2 weeks. So you ask Maximilian, is there any real life person-to-person training at the venue? Yes, so we have it, of course, in our London office, if that's what you're referring to. So of course you can come to our London office to do the whole training if you prefer. Otherwise, we'll do everything online. So that depends completely on where you're based. Some people relocate for 1 month to London to do it here, and other people just do it online. What I would recommend you guys is, if you really want to do it now, given the coronavirus situation, I would recommend that you do it online because we don't know what's going to happen, and we offer exactly the same value online. The sessions are very interactive. It's exactly the same. Just instead of going to the office, you're doing it from the comfort of your home, really. So Carlos saying, is it possible to visit right now the UK offices? Yes, I believe the UK is still open to travel. I came back I'm working from home actually now. I came back from Spain some days ago. And yes, they're still open. However, I wouldn't count on that for a long time, given the situation. I think a lot of European countries are closing borders again. So we'll see what happens. But obviously, everything's online, of course. You can also get back in touch with us online. So I'm gonna write here on the chat for you guys the 2 emails that you guys can use to message us and send us an email if you have any further questions, which is onboarding-4@audacitycapital.com and onboarding-8@audacitycapital.co.uk. Sorry. -8@audacitycapital. Okay. Done. Perfect. Lovely, Carlos. Great. So we'll be sending emails to every one of you guys with the contract. I believe that's pretty much it. Just let us know if you have any further questions, of course. You can use the 2 emails. I'm going to send them again here for you guys to have that I just sent here. You can use them anytime. We'll be answering as soon as possible. We are working 10 to 6 p.m. usually, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. UK time, Monday to Friday. But me, usually weekends, I'm also active sometimes, even though I should rest a bit, but that's fine. So I'll probably be able to answer whenever your questions. And yes, lovely hearing from you all. Thank you for attending today's session. And we hope to see you soon in AudaCity then. Have a good day.